I got the perfect cup to go with my purse coffees. And look at these mini syrups. Like, are you kidding me? You're just gonna pour this in your mini blender. A little dash of this, a splash of this. Everything will be on my bio under Purse Coffee.
These useless, over-the-top TikTok shopping hauls just keep popping up everywhere, and it is really starting to boil my blood. Like, literally every time you scroll, it's another useless must-have, and you're supposed to get. And surprise, surprise, it's all leading to someone's Amazon storefront. I mean, where do we even start with how staged these restocks are? It is so obvious they're just for show, and do not even get me started on the constant message that you need all this stuff to be happy, or I don't know, aesthetic. I swear it has gotten to this weird level where buying and hoarding have become some kind of twisted badge of honor. It's like we're taught to treat shopping like a sport, going for all the unnecessary disposable junk just for the gram, as if we don't know it's bad for the planet, wrecking people's finances, and honestly, it's not doing any favors for our mental health. If influencers have succeeded in one area, it has to be playing characters, pushing this fake lifestyle that is so far from reality. And that's exactly what we have to dive into, the biggest trends. Expose the nonsense and have the realest talk about what is happening behind these flashy facades. Buckle up, it's about to get real. Please don't get me wrong, every time I see someone go off about overconsumption, it's the same old holier than thou speech like, oh, they'd never be caught dead buying 5 Stanley cups or stocking up on 100 candles. Please, let's get real here. There is a balance, sure, but some of these people are just buying mountains of random junk and acting like it's the next life hack, and it's just getting ridiculous. So we're about to dive into the absurdity of it all, y'all, and to kick us off into the madness of overconsumption is this video.
Here. Right here. Take it out. Oh, got him. Wow, that's all they got.
Oh, got him. Did you get him? Got him. Josie got him. Laney got it. They got him. Did you see the people? Did somebody grab something out of your hand? Did somebody grab something out of your hand? Because they tried to grab something out of my child's hand.
Yeah. That's all I'm holding. I was running. And she's like, this is all they have? And I said, no, they're right here. And then she tries to take mine, and I said, no.
We have been here since 6:30 this morning, and that woman's like, don't touch the. I was like,
sorry, you just pulled up at 8.
Right. Yeah, great.
Nuts.
So look, girls, we did it. Let me see him. Let's see him. In your pajamas, up since 6 o'clock in the morning, and they got him. They got their alphabas.
Yup, Stanley Cup is at it again. I swear, didn't we go through this mess earlier this year? Like, I thought we all agreed that fighting over a cup was a little much. But no, here we are again, watching people throw hands at Targets across America just for a wicked themed Stanley. They got a Galinda and an Alphaba version now, and people lined up at 5 in the freaking morning with lawn chairs ready to brawl over a tumbler. And yeah, spend your money however you want, but fighting fighting like it's life or death over a plastic cup in front of kids, no less. It's just embarrassing at this point. There has got to be a line, and Stanley crossed it miles ago. This obsession is out of control, and it's like Stanley's got some weird hold on people that makes them forget basic decency. So yeah, this whole thing is just beyond ridiculous, but wait until you see the next one, because trust that people will always take things to the next level. All right, here we go. Now, this is where it officially has gone way too far. People are out here stuffing their Stanleys with McDonald's like it's some kind of VIP snack holder. We're talking fries awkwardly crammed in, burgers clipped on the side, and as if it wasn't messy enough, they've slapped ketchup right on top. Seriously, it's like they've turned their drink into a fast food buffet. No, seriously, who is sipping out of a cup with a burger smell all up in their face and ketchup right under their nose? This isn't just over the top, it is pointless and honestly kind of gross. This obsession with buying stuff for the sake of it, like people are competing to see who can be the most impractical, and somehow Stanley has become the star player in this madness. But if you thought the Stanley obsession was strange, this next video is all you need as proof that overconsumption has officially hit rock bottom. Now, someone's gotta say it. Who in their right mind wants to sit in a bath that is practically red dye soup, with not one but two giant overpowering bath bombs and layers of cherry scented bubble bath, unless your goal is to soak in a sugary scented nightmare. And then just to top it off, she throws in these pad and tampon shaped bath bombs that just make it look like she's literally bathing in blood. Overconsumption aside, cause this is rage bait at its peak, she wants people to be grossed out, to leave pissed off comments, and whether the comments are good or bad, at the end of the day, she racks up the views and racks up her commissions. It is all set up to get more eyes on her storefront and more clicks on those links. On top of that, I visited her Amazon storefront and checked the prices of all these products, and guys, take a wild guess at how much it all costs. A whopping $1,000 for everything in the video. $25 on a box of cookies alone, and $500 for that portable projector so she can, what, squint at Netflix on the bathroom wall? Just imagine the setup time alone. Getting all these props in place only to end up in some lukewarm, crowded mess of a bath that is about as relaxing as a kiddie pool. There is nothing wrong with a cozy bath and a dessert, but this is just excess to the point of gluttony. Multiple bath bombs, stacks of soaps, custom ice molds for a Stanley cup as if regular ice isn't good enough, and then a whole pattern of sweets like she's hosting a freaking buffet in her tub. When does it stop? And honestly, the funniest part is picturing her in this cramped mess, half hanging out of the bath trying to eat ice cream while craning her neck to watch a blurry movie on the wall. Just take a bath, grab some ice cream, and chill on the couch like a normal human. That is self-care too, without the $1,000 circus. Come to think about it, she probably didn't even step foot in that bath. This is pure fantasy content content for clicks, and the only thing going down the drain is her so-called self-care routine. We've got people out here literally restocking their Stanley with McDonald's food. We're talking fries, a burger on the side, chicken nuggets, ketchup on top. It is a hot mess of overconsumption on steroids. Like, sure, the whole Stanley craze started with people being obsessed with the cups, whatever, I get it. But now it's turned into this wild ritual of buying all this random pointless stuff just to say you did. I mean, they're accessorizing these cups with junk that doesn't even make sense. And do not get me started on how impractical this is. Look at this. Fries that don't even fit inside, so now they're spilling everywhere, a cheeseburger awkwardly hanging off the side, and ketchup perched on top. I'm sorry, but who wants to sip their drink with a whole burger smell in their face and ketchup right under their nose? Just imagine the scent of warm ketchup while you're trying to take a drink. I'd lose it right there. This isn't even a case of buying too much. It is just straight up pointless. Overconsumption and impracticality go hand in hand. And this right here, it is a gentleman's handshake of absolute nonsense. Y'all already know there is no way we can talk about overconsumption without calling out the granddaddy of them all, fridge ice restocks. Believe it or not, there are TikTokers out there whose whole personality revolve around ice. Not just any ice though, they have drawers full of ice trays just for holiday themed cubes, as if regular ice cubes were too basic to survive. Like this creator, for instance, she pulls out a full lineup of syrup bottles, powders, gold-plated spoons, and wait for it, sprinkles her ice with sparkle dust. Like, who needs glitter in their drink? This girl is just out here to make eggnog ice, gingerbread ice, peppermint mocha ice, and even little cranberry juice nuggets. She's got a whole freezer drawer full of this cutesy themed ice like it's some kind of frozen art exhibit. And do not even get me started on the price tag. By the time you add up all her trays, syrups, frothers, and fancy little containers, we're talking $400 for a bunch of ice. And honestly, the funniest part is that the comments are full of people saying, wow, must be nice to have all this money, or you have way too much time on your hands. But yeah, it's clear that this self-care isn't her actual routine. It is pure fantasy for the screen, carefully designed to pull you in and make you want to buy all this junk. She is not just making holiday ice, she is building an illusion to rake in the cash. The craziest part is the lengths that these influencers go to for engagement. They're out here practically gatekeeping where to buy this stuff. She'll say, comment shop if you want the links to where I buy all these things, and bam, she gets a flood of DMs for which she will respond with her specific Amazon link leading to her storefront, and before you know it, y'all will be feeding her off of the commissions she earns when you buy. So next time you see this kind of fantasy content, remember, none of this is real life. It is just staged consumerism dressed up to look like self-care or aesthetic goals, when really it is just a money-making illusion. Also, is it just me, or are these super therapeutic to watch? But yeah, we will leave it at that. Simply watch and do not buy 30 ice trays that you neither need nor have the space for. I know we have officially entered peak over-the-top territory with this one, and guest bathroom restocks couldn't miss in this category. TikTokers have now decided the only way to be a good host is if you have a 5-star spa in your home. So these are 8 Target bags just to fill up a bathroom that probably sees less action than their dusty attic. There are stacks of toothpaste, fancy face cleansers, and high-end hair products. Like, who are we trying to impress here? Not to forget that this stuff is pricey. One item from these brand names could very well easily cost more than people's entire bathroom setup. It's giving host of the year complex, but at what point does it stop being about hospitality and start being a pure flex? I mean, a bar of soap and fresh towels would do the trick. Watching this kind of nonsense, you'd think that guests wouldn't survive without a whole skincare routine stocked to the brim. This isn't just about being a good host. It's feeding into this fantasy that more is better, and it is straight up out of touch. The comment section on this one had me hollering, y'all. People are out here saying, I don't even buy this much stuff for myself. Someone even advised these restock TikTokers to maybe focus on paying down their debts before turning their guest bath into Sephora. If you already feel pissed with what you've seen so far, hold tight because this last one is the ultimate trigger. Because when people start wasting food just to make their porch aesthetic, we've officially gone into nightmare mode. So now people have decided to hack branches off of perfectly healthy trees just to make a seasonal decor display that'll look cute for about a week, if that. And as if that wasn't bad enough, they've scattered a whole pile of real apples across their porch like props. Those apples are not lasting more than a few days. All that food literally going to waste when it could have been used to feed actual people. The wastefulness is unreal and it is downright shameless. Honestly, we need to bring back some level of accountability because this kind of behavior is next level absurd and nothing to be proud of. This is where overconsumption crosses the line from tacky to dystopian, and there is just no excuse for it.
This is part 2 of showing you guys everything that are in both of my purse towers. I left off on the keychain drawer. I can never remember what these are called, but I keep them all in this little container. In this drawer, I keep all of my bigger keychains. Right here, I keep all of my car key pouches.
You know what? We could go on and on because trust me, TikTok is overflowing with this kind of content. However, let's dig a little deeper here because this whole obsession with buying endless stuff isn't just about having things. Oh no, there is something way deeper going on, and honestly, it is kind of sad. The truth is, a lot of people are out here throwing down cash on all of these must-have items, not because they need them, but because they're trying to fill some emotional gap. You know, the stuff that they wish they had growing up but lacked. It's like they're buying back their childhoods or trying to prove to themselves that they finally made it. Think about it. How many times do we see people splurging on stuff that they missed out on as kids? Maybe it's that one thing their parents said no to, and now that they've got their own money, they're buying it to reclaim some piece of the past. And sure, I get it. We all want to treat ourselves every now and then, but when it spirals into stocking up on pointless junk, literally turning your house into a mini convenience store, we're talking about a deeper issue. The saddest part is that the people struggling with this might not even be aware that they're focused on buying memories instead of making new ones, as if more stuff is gonna fill that void. So yeah, we gotta recognize that a lot of this over-the-top buying isn't about luxury or about being a good host. It's about trying to fill an emotional need that probably won't be satisfied with a new Stanley or a decked out guest bathroom. And while sure, people can spend their own money however they want, it's important to see it for what it really is. A sad attempt to buy happiness that just doesn't come in a Target bag. And speaking of overconsumption, let's talk about this scarcity mindset that's got everyone panic buying like the world is about to end. It's like people are living in constant fear that if they don't snag every product they see right now, it'll disappear forever. And honestly, who can blame them when everything's marketed as limited edition or rare stock? It's this sneaky psychology at play, making you think if I don't grab it now, I'll never get the chance again. So then people hoard, they start buying backups for backups, stacking shelves with extra everything, all because they're haunted by that feeling of never having enough. And trust me, these brands know exactly what they're doing. They're out here feeding on people's FOMO, convincing everyone they need this, that it's special and it won't be around forever. We need a break. Just take a breath and ask, do you really need 10 limited edition water bottles? Or are you just scared you'll miss out? Honestly, it's frustrating. It's exhausting even. And while some of this pressure to buy isn't entirely entirely people's faults. Thanks, scarcity marketing. It's worth recognizing that these tactics fuel this crazy cycle of overconsumption, and at the end of the day, this get it now or regret it later mentality has people filling their homes with things they might not even want in a week, all because they felt like they had to have it. And there you have it, y'all. We've officially gone deep into the wild world of TikTok overconsumption. And I don't know about you, but I'm more fired up than ever. Thank you so much for sticking around, and if you're as shook as I am, do not forget to drop your thoughts below because I need to hear what you think about all of this madness. On the brighter side, this video couldn't be more timely because the Christmas season is just around the corner, and you know what that means. People are gearing up to go all out, and companies are about to hit us with those massive end-of-year sales. It's a perfect storm for overspending, and trust me, we've seen this happen before. Just look back at last year when even the kids were splurging on grown-up skincare at Sephora. If you missed it, make sure to check out the Sephora video. We do not need to make the same mistakes twice. So let's keep it smart this season and not fall into this overconsumption trap. Until next time, stay savvy and spend wisely.